Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing on this wonderful hump day? Happy hump day, as Gabe from Gay Babe TV will say. I love that channel. But we're going to do a little designing, a little sublimation today. I am going to make my son a few more masks. I made him one this morning. I'm going to tell you what it's, for. But I made him one, and because he has to do this every Wednesday and it would make a great video, I decided to make him another mask. I'm probably going to make another one like with a full on, like a different type design. But for this one, I'm just going to use the same design that I used this morning. And let's see, hold on one second. Need to put my phone on do not disturb and also prepare myself to share. And why is it every time I sit to this computer for a live, I have to sneeze? I have to sneeze, y'all. Oh, wait, it reverted. Okay, did it? I don't know. Is it going to come out? I don't know. Okay, guess not. But we're going to design and sub mask that I got from Amazon. I will give you kind of like, my thoughts and stuff on these particular masks once we get started. But if this is something that you're interested in learning how to design from start to finish, and it's really more so like how to do the template. So I'm going to show you how I trace this template out to get the exact size of this mask. Do a little bit of tracing and just layering things and like resizing it. That's all I'm going to do for this particular project. So if this is something that you are interested in, stick around. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you're watching it. Well, actually, no matter which platform you're watching it on, please be sure to hit that share button and share it out. Tag a friend. If you're watching over on Facebook, tag someone in the video or on this live video. And if you're watching from YouTube, go ahead, hit that share it to Facebook. You can share it to your page, share it to a group where this will be helpful and you are able to share helpful content such as this. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share it out. And I ask that you guys do too. We have 30 seconds to get this all shared out. We'll be right back. All right, y'all. Welcome back again. I am Shakia, the professor of SILAHOLICS Anonymous and the product line, Honestly Speaking, which we will be using today to complete this project. I will be using our Sublimation ink in wait, I'm going the wrong way. For today, I'm going to use, because I need to print from it. I haven't printed from it in a while. So I'm going to use my Epson 2720 to print this. And I'm also going to print it to our Sublimation roll paper, even though this design can technically fit on 8.5 by 11. I had that piece from last night, so it is a piece from the roll. So you'll see how that just goes into that printer seamlessly and prints it out. What I'll also show, once MJ comes home, I'll take a picture side by side of the one that I made this morning, and I print it from my Epson 7720, and the colors on that one compared to the colors that's going to come out of the Epson 2720, because it is going to vary just a little bit because of the way the 2720, well, the ink that the 2720 was designed to work with, which is dye ink. So there's always going to be a bit of a color shift. I can somewhat make the background the same color if I were to use like the color charts printed from both printers and then compare them. But because I'm just sampling from a color within that image so that no matter what, it matches, I'm like, you're going to see a difference in color from one to the other. All right. If you guys have not done so already, please go ahead and share this video out. It is the best form of support. It is free support. Go ahead and spread that digital currency around and share this video out. Let your girl know that you appreciate my content. Also, let Facebook know that you appreciate the content, and it is content that they should push to others so that you guys don't get delays on your notifications. If you guys don't interact with the post and my page and things like that, you'll be delayed in getting the reactions. I saw one of the first people to comment, which was Miss Cassandra Reed. And it never fails. She gets her post notifications because she interacts with our YouTube channel. She interacts with our Facebook pages, commenting, sharing, liking. So she doesn't have an issue with getting her notifications. And some people say they don't get their notifications. You guys have to interact with the channel, with the page, to let Facebook, to let YouTube, I don't really post to Instagram that much, but to let them know that this is content that you want to see. So whenever she uploads, please let me know so that I don't miss anything, especially when the professor is live. So make sure that you guys are interacting with the channels and you have your notifications set to all on YouTube, and on Facebook, it would be, I think, default or all or highlighted, one of those, but the highest one so that you don't miss anything from our platforms. All right. So I'm going to get into designing here so that this video isn't, oh, wait, let's go. She says, I get them from both pages because you, my dear Lakeisha, are also one who interacts with us quite often. All right. Oh, AJ, thank you. I think I saw Dim's, well, I said her name, but I think I saw yours. Did yours have it too? Yep. Thank you, guys. All right. Also make sure that you do hit the thumbs up button. I just saw that somewhere that said, that I encourage you guys. Oh, there it is. Hit the thumbs up. All right. So I see all of you guys and all of your good mornings, or actually I said good morning. We're actually in afternoon here on the East Coast. I don't know what I was thinking. It's after 12 o'clock. So my apologies. It's good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. Good morning for everyone else. And just greetings depending on where you're watching from. If you're not watching the live of this or wherever you're watching from in the world, because we are international, So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some more masks for MJ. He came home about 3 weeks ago and decided, and he asked us about joining 5,000 role models. I'm not sure if it's everywhere, but I know for sure it's like, all throughout Florida, because it was started by one of our representatives here, Frederica Wilson, and it is a mentorship program for young men, just to have positive role models in their lives. So they can be in it from elementary all the way up to high school. They take them on college trips. Although MJ, he has his father, he has several males who can be positive role models in his life. We run a business here. There are so many people from so many different fields, like professional fields and things like that are part of this and that help these young men out. So for me, it was important for MJ to be able to see that there are, positive influences and there are people that are successful. You don't have to live that fast life, and also an opportunity for him to fellowship with like-minded young men who are wanting to be positive citizens within our society. So some people had asked, but he has his dad. It's not just a program for young men who don't have their fathers. It is just for positive role models. I know one of the people that stand out to me who is like here, when people kind of think about it, there was a serviceman that was killed in action. And he was a part of 5,000 role models, and his dad is amazing. He has a strong support system, yet he was a part of that, LaDavid. So it's a great program, and we decided to, let MJ participate in it. If you would like more information, this is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. They don't even know that I'm doing this, but if you would like to look it up, if you're in the South Florida area, if you want to find out if your child's school has the program. Oh, I just made a mistake and hit stop share. So we're going to go there And you can go to their site and look up more info, like, read up on it, see what the program is about, and see if it's at your school. If it's not, find out why it's not at your school and see if it can be something that's a part of your child's school. But it's great for young men. Do wish we had something like this because I think women need this too. Maybe I should start that. But there's actually a lot of great programs for young women, but I don't think I've seen one that's like to this scale. As far as like what they do over here with this particular program. So check out 5000rolemodels.com for more information on that. But let's get into this. As I did say, I will be using all Honestly Speaking products for this particular project. So if you would like for your mask and your summation projects to be ink credible, visit our website, shop.silaholicsAnonymous.com. If I could get someone to drop that exact link, like go ahead and drop our link in the description so that way I can just go ahead and get started. Some people always ask for the link. It's in the description of the video, but sometimes people want to see it in the comments. It's easy for them to select it. So if you guys could go ahead and drop that link in the comments, somebody, that would be great. All right. So we're going to go over to Silhouette Studio, and I've already kind of pulled some things in. And just so that this prints, because this prints pretty slow, I already have it set up here, and I'm going to send this to print. I actually wanted to flip this one. Oops, wait a minute. Let's see. Let's rotate this and okay, I want to flip this one so I know which one was the mask from the 2720 and which one was the mask from the 7720. So I'm just going to increase the size on this. I'm going to go through how I designed this, but I just want this to start printing because it does take a little minute for this to print from the 2720. So I'm just going to set that up like that. And we're going to send this to print. All right, so I'm going to go File, Print. I'm going to go to my 2720 that is for sublimation. I'm going to go to Preferences. I'm going to go to my 8.5 by 11 setting. This is mirror on. That's what I want. I have a video that goes through all of my print settings, so I'm not going to go through that in this one. Check out that video that goes through it. No, not that one. The full site, please. Shop.silaholicsAnonymous.com. So you can catch that video on the sub settings. So I'm going to go ahead and hit print on this and hit print. It's going to spool. And I'm going to come back to me so that I can show you guys how to what's I going to say? How to load it. There we go. So right now it is saying, oops, hold on. Wait, wrong way. Which way this? Okay, there we go. It's saying printing, but of course it's not printing because there is no paper in here. So I'm going to, it says paper out. I like for it to kind of, most times with the roll paper, I wait until it's asking me for the paper to put it in there because this is rolled. But this is the print side. You'll see that it rolls backwards when it comes off the roll. The top side is the print side. So the way this does not damage the printer because it is rolled. It doesn't have to be completely flat. So I'm just going to take this and put it back here. And you just want to make sure that the guides are nice and snug on there. And you just put it back there. So it's going to say paper is out. Confirm it is. I'm just going to hit this. Print side is facing forward. Make sure it's all the way down. Hold on. It wasn't all the way down. So. I think it went in. Did it go in crooked? No, we're good. So yeah, it will pull it in and then it will just start to print. Just have to make sure that it's actually seated all the way down to where the to where it can grab it and pull it through. Okay. I know for YouTube, you have to be a moderator, but for Facebook, they can go ahead and post the link. Okay. So now I'm going to go over to Silhouette Studio and show you guys how we did this in Silhouette Studio. First things first, you need to, like for me, for this particular mask, so that it is the exact size that it needs to be, I scan it in, like I scan it with the Epson printer. All Epson printers have the scanner, unless, well, not say all, the like all the eco tanks, the workforce all-in-ones. Now, if it's like a 7210, 7310, those are not all-in-ones. They don't have a scanner, but all the eco tanks have a flatbed scanner, and the workforce printers, the all-in-ones, they have a scanner as well. So all you have to do is scan that in. To do that, you're going to go to your windows, or like your apps. You're going to look for where it says Epson Epson Scan 2. You do have to have the driver for this installed. I have a video about installing all of your drivers. Be sure to check that video out. So you're going to go here. You're going to choose which printer. If you have more than one printer, you'll go during the setup process. You'll have all your printers and things on there, and you're going to select the printer that you want to scan from. So I've already done mine. You can have it be in color, black and white. If you're scanning something that is white, you do want to have something over it that is color, something that is dark, whether it's black paper. You know, as you see here, I have dark blue paper. You can do this in black and white also. It doesn't have to be in color. Some things work out better when it's in color. Some things, you know, it is okay to do it in black and white. But you'll hit scan, and then it will save to your, for me, it saves to my documents. So we just go file. If I already had something open, already had all of my elements, I would just go merge. I'm going to find, you can see I do a lot of scanning to create my templates. That's how I create my templates. You're going to find that, and you're just going to click on it. I'm going to open up one that's totally different. And you'll bring that in, and then you'll scan it. So I'm going to delete this one, and we're just going to scan this one. All right. So you're going to go to, no, I'm not scan. You're going to trace it. We're going to go to our trace window, and we're going to go select trace area. And I'm going to make a box here. And because it's dark, it's going to pick up everything else that's around it. And the actual white piece is going to, is not going to be masked in yellow. So we're just going to hit trace, not trace and detach. We're going to do just a trace. All right. Then we're going to release compound path. I only want the main part and this little piece right here. I'm going to bring those down, and I'm going to make them a compound path, because that's going to make it easier for me to do the next part. So what I want to do is cut off this piece. I don't want the straps, but this helps me to only have a small area that I have to reconnect, like, to reshape out. So I'm going to go to my knife tool. I'm going to go to poly, and I'm just going to come through here. Once I get through the other side, I'm going to double click. That's going to pull this off. And now this is just the mask part. I'm going to double click, select in here, delete point, because I don't need, just that back part. I can round this off if I want to, but this part is not that important because we're going to do an offset anyway. So rounding this off is not as important. I just did not want the straps part on there. Okay. So here is basically the basic template of this mask. This is the exact size. When you scan it, it's the exact size. We're going to select this, and we're going to put an offset on it because I'm doing a full bleed. If I was not doing a full bleed, I would not worry about the offset if I was just doing a design in the middle. But I would still kind of put the whole thing over my mask so that I don't have any lines of demarcation on it. So there's that. And this piece was a solid piece. I did a trace and detach just so that I can get the full circle on it. I want to sample the red that is in here so that it matches. So I'm going to select the outside line. This inside one, I'm going to make it white and I'm going to make it a dashed line just so that I know that's the edge of my mask. I'm going to go back to this outside line. I'm going to go to my color palette, click on the dropper and select one of the red colors in here. So we're just going to select that one. If I wanted a different color or darker one that seems like it's a little bit brighter, but I just selected one of the tones of red in here. Okay. I'm going to right click and bring this to the front. This side is, one side of the mask. I'm going to go over here to my replicate and mirror to the left so I can get the other side. I'm going to take this one and again, bring to the front, put this right here, and you would size it for however big you want it to be. This is why it is important to know where the edge of your mask is to make sure that your image is not going to be cut off once you go to press it. Then for the hands, I found one, it's a little bit blurry. And then I also found this one. I'll actually show you how to trace and detach with this one, even though I'm not using it. I'm going to go to trace, select trace area, place our box around it, take our threshold up until all of the edges are masked in yellow, and trace and detach. Go ahead, pull this off, and this is the circle ready to place on the design if I wanted to use that one. But what I want to use from this one is like the hand in here. You can really trace, from any part of it. There was one that had the hand. It was a little bit blurry, so I didn't know which one would give me the best one. I actually got this one maybe, how many years ago did I do this? Maybe 3 years ago. I designed some centerpieces for their 5,000 role model induction ceremony, like 3-4 years ago. And they provided me that this particular school provided me with the hands already. So I had a high resolution version of it. But for this purpose, I just wanted to show that you can trace. So we're going to select trace area. I'm only going to focus right here where those hands are. Take my threshold down to where I'm only capturing, or my goal is to only capture the black of this. So I'm going to take it up just a little bit. I want to get as much of it as possible, but I don't really want any of these straggly pieces to attach itself to it. So it's okay if I have like some straggly pieces, because of how I'm going to trace this. We're going to go trace, select that trace, fill it in with color, release compound path. I'm going to hold down shift, select here and delete. This one actually isn't that great. I see a lot of like imperfections in it because of where it was. So I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to try and get a good one from this one. So we're going to select this. And maybe if I just don't take it up, it's not like the full size, but it should be okay. And we're going to go trace and pull this out of the way. And then that's all you have to do. Now I can fill this with any color that I want. Right click, bring that to the front, place this here, size this down, and then just use your corner nodes to resize it. You should never, if you're trying to keep something proportionate and in the way that it looks, you should never, ever, ever resize from the top or bottom nodes, stretch from the side nodes, or adjust your width and your height without your lock being engaged. Then if you do that, you're going to distort the image. You should never, ever do that if it is something that needs to stay in the proportions that it was designed in. Once you do this, guess what? You're done. So I'm just going to select these, copy, not copy. I'm just going to rotate it, place this here. Now, part of this might get cut off. If that is the case and you don't want them to be so tight to each other, just move one off to the side and then select the other one and move that off to the side. I can see where my print border is by coming to my design page setup and choosing show print border. So I see I'm a little bit outside of it, but that's not even going to make a big difference because that's my bleed area anyway. As long as none of the major part of my design was outside of it, I'm okay. So, but I can just kind of pull this over here so that that one will print. You know what? I'm probably going to print one and I can show you guys the difference now, because what I will do is I'm going to do an internal offset, take that right to the edge because I see a little bit of white. And we're going to crop. All right, there we go. And let's rotate this. Move this one out of the way. Shrink this down. Well, I guess technically it won't be the same color because I'm going to select, the tones of this is way different. So that's not going to really show you the difference in color, because if I select one, like the red that's a part of this one, which is a much darker red, it's going to show a lot different. Like I said, once MJ comes home, I'll take a picture and I'll compare it. I'll show you side by side, because I can make this one, that version of red, which is like their brightest one here. So it's not super dark. Same thing here. Just fill that in. And then I'm going to rotate it. All right. And then file, print. And I'm just going to send this one to there. Again, it's not going to print right now because I don't have any paper back there. I didn't cut any paper down, but I sent it to print, ready to go. So let's head over to my heat press so that we can press this mask. Okay, for this, you will need some sort of cover sheet or protective sheet. Oh man, I completely forgot to turn this on for this to heat up. So I guess I could answer some questions because I forgot to turn on the press, but it's not going to take that long for that one to, wait, you guys can't see. Hold on. There we go. It's going to take a little minute for this to heat up. But I am going to use my Vivora Easy Press for this. This is the smaller 9x9 one because it will fully cover this mask anyway. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use some heat tape. I'm going to use, this is parchment paper. You can use butcher paper. You just need a cover sheet to protect your surface because there is a bleed on it. I'm going to take this and put this down right here. And while this heats up, I'm going to go ahead and just prep the mask. So I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to take the mask and set it right on top of here, just kind of looking at the border around it, making sure that it is even all the way around. I'm going to take a little piece of heat tape here and just tape that down. Just because I need to flip this, I want my print to go underneath the strings, not on top of it. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut into this right up to the edge of those strings. And then I'm going to pull my string through and let this part sit on the mask part itself. Same thing with this. just going to pull, pulled a little too much there. And so that goes like that. I'm going to cover this up because I pulled too much. I'm just going to cover this up with tape because I don't want the ink that I exposed by pulling it too much to show. And then underneath here, because I don't want that bleed to get on my strings, I'm going to take this and put it over my strings in the back because I don't want that overbleed to get onto my strings. So this is above, it's underneath it. And I'm going to try and pull this. Actually, I want to pull this over to the side just a little bit, just to make sure that heat does get to this portion here. I already have that one. That's ready to go. I'm just waiting for my heat press to get to. There we go. All right. Oh, why are you so high? Definitely don't need you to be that high. Oh, I don't know why. I'm at 368. It's showing that it was higher than 365 degrees. Well, 368 degrees. I don't know why, but I'm set. So if I show you here, I'm set at 368. It's been sitting, so it's a little bit higher. I'm at 41 seconds only because it's the heat press. I don't know why it's jumping up. It will kind of come back down because it's just been sitting and resting. So I'm going to place this right on top, making sure that I do have the entire mask covered. I'm just going to apply some pressure and press the go button. I put it down, making sure that I'm not on those little ear tabs that are on there. You want to really apply pressure. If I were to do this with my Hottronics, there is like a little groove. I have even pressure on this. This one, I might not get into those little grooves. What I like to do sometimes is turn on the vibration. To help it try and get in those grooves, but you got to try and put pressure. It's not so much to get it to transfer. It's like this little dip in there where color may not get to. All right. See, yeah, it didn't get into it again. You see my mask, my pink mask, and it does get into those grooves because it's heavy pressure. When you're using an easy press, it's really hard to get into the grooves right there. And yeah, that's the one thing with the easy press, trying to get that even pressure on there because that's not quite under here like I would have liked it. But I did want to turn this bad boy on just for 2 masks. And there still is quite a bit of color, but not too much on there. All right, I'm going to do the other side. And I should have been letting the other one print while I set this one up. So I just cut a split in it. I'm going to pull this through. Pull this one through. And then again, just to make sure that I don't get ink on my straps on the other side, I'm just putting a little piece of tape on the inside of those. I really didn't need the tape on the top because this time ink was not exposed, but just to be on the safe side. Oh, wait. All right, I'm going to try my best. See, now it's evened itself out at 365. Okay, I'm going to try and, well, I think I probably just ghosted that. One of the things I'm also going to do with this one is use a pressing pillow. That may help me get into those grooves a little bit better. So I'm going to just throw my green foam underneath this, and hopefully that will help me get into those grooves and provide a little bit more pressure compared to just pressing onto the regular one. So yeah, that did help it get into the grooves. Oof, a little bit better. But the back part still didn't get it. That's the one thing, like things that have bulk to it, sometimes using the Easy Press isn't the best because of the pressure. But if you saw my video when I did my Pink Vibes Only mask with these same ones, it gets all the way in there. So that's the only little thing is back here. But like with my Pink Vibes Only, I'm able to get like that part fully, like that gets full of ink because of the pressure. I don't know. I guess I wasn't all the way back or just didn't put enough pressure to where I got some ghosting, or it wasn't getting heat and pressure here, but otherwise it's pretty good. So now he has a mask that he can wear on Wednesdays when they have their 5,000 role model meetings. I'm going to, it's asking me for another print. I'm going to go ahead and send another piece through there just to do this. Since I have it sent already, I have another mask. I'm going to go ahead and send that to print. Let me just cut off some paper here. I'm going to trim off the edge so that it goes into my printer straight. All right, and then I'm going to put this in the printer. Wait, I don't know. Okay, wait, which way is out of the way? Okay, that way is out of the way. All right, the straight side is this side. Okay, it should be all the way in there. Okay, print. Huh? Why are you just coming out? That was kind of weird. Okay, that's kind of weird. Why are you not Oh, set the edge guide. It is set. All right. What are you doing? Why is it not picking it up? That's so weird. Oh, I don't know what happened with it. Now it's printing. Let me grab this mask. And like I said, it did better on this one because I had the pressing pillow with filling in the red right here. Here, not so much, but we'll see with the other one. I'll use the pressing pillow. And so we should have it where it's going to get down into those grooves. Okay. Wow, that's such an easy way to do that. I'll have to try this. Thank you. It is a automatic tape dispenser. We were supposed to have them. Things fell through. We're still trying to get our other shipment in, but you can get them from Amazon. No, I do not sell masks. We don't sell any blanks as of now. The link for these are in the description of this video. Oh, that's the thing I was going to talk about when it comes to these masks. So with MJ, he has his regular mask on, and this is just a decorative mask. If you have to talk for any reason, this is not the best because of the way the fit is. It would be better if the bottom part was a little bit longer. For this one, it is a tad bit too short. You can wear it, but you can see how it fits on the chin. If you're like my husband, you have a fairly large nose. It doesn't fit, all that well, but it's great for a decorative mask to go over like another N95 mask. And that's how he wore it to school. He wore on top of his N95 mask because if he has to talk or anything like that, it comes down and exposes his nose. So with this particular mask, it's not a great mask to wear on its own unless you're maybe just going into somewhere you're not going to talk or anything like that, because it can come down off of your nose. So that one's printing. Once that's done, I'll press the other one and we will be done here. Don't forget to visit our website, shop.silaholics.com, to get our sublimation ink, sublimation paper. We have the cartridges for the workforce printers that use the 252, which are the older models of workforce printers, like your 7710, 7720s. We will continue to carry those because so many people still have those printers, and sometimes the cartridges go bad. The damper on the inside goes bad. The chips go bad. So we will still have those, so that those who are using those printers will have a replacement options until, of course, maybe your printer happens to go out, but we will still have the cartridges. But we do sell the cartridges for the 7820 and 7840 printers, and the 7310 and ECC 7000. They are the newer printers by Epson, and they use an 812 cartridge. Those you are not able to reset, so you do have to purchase chips once it runs out and tells you cartridge not recognized. You do have to have extra chips on hand. If you were to buy a full set of XL rated chips from Epson, that will run you $130. This is $60. So that is that. All right, this finished printing out. So let's head on over to the heat press and get this one printed or pressed. And just that fast, I misplaced my scissors. Just that fast. Where did I put those scissors? Oh, I went to cut the roll paper, so it's over here. Haha. Sure, that would be in the red section. Oh, wait. Oh, wrong side. I was like, why is that not lining up? Am I even going to tape it down this time? I'm just going to pull this through. But I am still going to put tape on the inside to protect. I'm going to pull these ear tabs up some. And like I said, I am going to put tape here to protect the ear tabs, or I could just put a piece of parchment paper in between it also, like through the whole thing. So tape butcher paper, whichever one you feel like is a better value to use, you can do that. So if I don't want to use the tape, I can always just take a piece of butcher paper to put inside here, and it's covering that also. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and press this. Only because of this side, I'm tilting it to the back a little bit, adding a little bit more pressure. So I'm going to let this go for like a full 60 just to try and get it give it time to get to that area that I was always missing. It still didn't do it. I don't know. This time around, I still didn't get inside there. Maybe it's just the way that side is made. Yeah. I don't know. It comes out a lot better with the full pressure of the Hottronics one though. All right. We're going to take this side. See, but with this, we end up having to get another piece. So for this side, I am just going to use the tape. And I want to see if maybe the reason why I wasn't getting back there was because of the pressing pillow. So let's move that out of the way and see if that makes a difference. All right, let's go ahead. Ooh. And moving it around. Hopefully that one didn't ghost because I was moving it around. I'm trying to get even like heavy pressure on this, but my heat press sit like this is a pretty high. So I'm on my tippy toes trying to apply pressure. If this was lower than me, I could easily just put my body weight on it. But I'm on my tippy toes because my heat press itself is really high. If I was on my table, it would be a little bit different. I'm going to let it go for a little bit longer. I'm actually going to give it a little vibration here. Some of it came out. I should have covered that up. See, this did a whole lot better. Did I put that on upside down? Oh, and it shifted. I felt it move. I should have taped it down. But it went on so much better. I'll have to fix that little piece for him. And this is why I should have put a piece of butcher paper. Oh, I did forget to tape. They're still on my hands. So this is what happens when you don't tape it. You get the ink, but the whole thing shifted. Like this part moved up. So ink got here, but that's why that butcher paper would be ideal because it would have protected all of this. So that's a good mistake for teaching purposes because I still have the tape on my hands. And there's this little piece here. I'll probably line this with some vinyl or something, but it's just for MJ. So it's not like it's like their official mask or anything. It's just from a kid. So there's that. Alrighty, guys. So thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Hopefully this was helpful for you to see how you can design and set your things up right in Silhouette Studio by creating or making a scan of your item to be able to trace it to get your template, adding your bleed, tracing if needed, adding your design to your template, sizing it up, printing it, and then pressing it. All right. So again, hopefully this was helpful for you. Wait, where's the other one? You can see there's actually not a slight, there's a big difference in the two colors because two different colors or sample. I'm not sure if you guys can really tell the difference in the color, but that black is amazing. And this was printed on plain paper setting. This is not premium matte setting. This is plain paper setting, set to high, right? And we still get great, amazing colors. I am using, honestly speaking, Sublimation ink, and I use our Sublimation paper for this project. All right, y'all, until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be ink credible. Peace.